Facebook, people. I'm just on a baby / dog walk with Koa. Say hi, Koa. And I looked at that, and that is unreal. I'm a bit weird. I love sunsets. Anyway, I've been wandering around the park, and I was thinking about cryptos, and there's a lot of hoo-ha about cryptos at the moment, with Bitcoin and the various hard forks going on, and it's slowly, very slowly becoming mainstream. We still got a couple of years before it's proper mainstream. But I want to talk about emerging markets, because I have a three-phase sort of route for new emerging markets, and cryptos are going through this three-phase sort of route beautifully. And basically, whenever you have a new emerging technology or an industry pop up, whether it's graphene, trianguline, or cryptos, or AR, etc., they go through the punt phase, the speculation phase, and the established phase. Yes, indeed. And so what happens is, let's look at crypto. So Bitcoin really is the granddaddy of cryptos. It came around in 2009, straight after the 2008 subprime mortgage collapse, and it was well and truly in the punt phase. It was, blockchain being the new technology, cryptos being a way to sort of pass value, etc., online without any intermediaries. And it was well and truly in the punt phase. Now, as an investor, I'm pretty particular where I put my money at risk. I always look at risk first, then reward. And I was very anti-cryptos since 2009 to 2016. And I had a real proper look at Bitcoin around 2013, and I still didn't step in properly. I sort of dicked about with it, and we have dogs chasing my dog now. So I sort of dipped into it, but the thing is, the reason I didn't go all in, so to speak, is because it was in the punt phase. Anything in the punt phase, you don't know whether it's going to be around in 2 months or in 2 years. So it could be like Betamax, or it could be like any of these technologies which sort of come and go overnight. And however, my opinion on cryptos changed sort of mid 2016, because I reassessed cryptos, and it was truly evident that cryptos had transitioned into the speculation phase. And the thing that puts something into the speculation phase is that it's here to stay. So blockchain is here to stay. I'm just going to cut across. So blockchain is here to stay. It's going to consume the whole planet. Cryptos are definitely here to stay. Give it 10 years, give it within 20 years, but definitely within 10 years, but definitely within 20 years, every currency on the planet will be cryptofied. I strongly believe in that. So every major currency, whether it's rubles, rupees, yen, yuan, they will all be cryptofied. In fact, I'll talk about that at another date. So basically, cryptos right now, they are well and truly in the speculation phase, and the reason it's here to stay. However, it's still not a proper investment, because anything that goes up 400% one day, then down 300% the next day, or when you have huge swings of volatility like that, it's not a very good place to sort of store proper money or proper capital, so to speak. It is still, some would say a punt. It's more of a speculation. So you're speculating using reasoned facts and information out there. And I've said this many times, blockchain is basically the internet in the mid-90s. So I am banking on that. That's the only reason I'm in. We are getting in at the ground level. Such a cliche term. That's that. The other thing which I say a lot is basically there are 3.2 billion people on the planet without internet or a bank account, and it's estimated over the next 10 to 15 years those 3.2 or 3.5 billion people are going to be added to the internet. So they're not going to get a bank account because you need addresses and stuff like that. They're just going to get a crypto account. So there's going to be a huge tidal wave of people entering the crypto market. But it doesn't even need to be those masses. I think the massive stampede is going to happen even sooner, and it's due to institutional players. So obviously there's all sorts of industries out there like hedge funds, you have mutual funds, pension funds, but let's just look at one small market there. Pensions. Okay, so if you look at the P22, which is basically the 22 biggest pension markets, it has $36.4 trillion globally. Okay, the top 22 pension funds have 36.4 trillion. Now cryptos are starting to get into the sort of the speculation, and eventually it'll go into the sort of more mature, established phase. All it takes is pension funds just to go, okay, cryptos are now starting to mature. You know, the G20 are talking about it. Russia's, you know, all of the big nations are really trying to get in on the back of this. So what will happen? All it takes is the P22, all the pension funds, just to allocate 1%. Hey, if just 1% of the P22 jump into cryptos, that's $36.4 billion coming into the market. Bear in mind that the total crypto market cap right now is about $170 billion. So that's just if all the pensions put 1% of their capital into this market. So it's going to be huge, let alone hedge funds, and they're already billionaires and family offices doing that. So yeah, so that's sort of the three phases I sort of look out for with the new emerging technologies, and we are well and truly in the speculation phase, and there's the biggest growth really is in the speculation phase. We've only just started, and no one has really put any sort of UI, as in user interface or user experience, with the whole as in getting into cryptos. It's such an utter ball ache buying and storing cryptos safely. Exchanges can't be trusted, wallets are a nightmare. I mean, here's a huge business. Anyone that can crack a universal wallet that accepts every wallet, every coin, is going to wipe the floor. So I personally can't wait, because when you have people like me, and there's a lot of people like me, where I have 70 to 100 different cryptos, it's a chore extracting them from the exchange. So yeah. So that's that. I want to keep this video short. There's one other thing I want to talk about, which is Neo. No, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin forks. So first, and the reason being is that there's a bit of a gold rush, a crappy, scammy gold rush going on with Bitcoin. So first of all, we had the Bitcoin fork where Bitcoin Cash came into existence, and what happened is that the whole world saw that, oh, I can just hold Bitcoin, wait till a fork, it forks, and then I get free Bitcoin Cash. So what happens? There's now a mad dash to try and fork Bitcoin as much. You may as well call it fuck Bitcoin as much as you want, just so they can get free cash. So we've had this really scammy fork, which is Bitcoin Gold, yesterday or 2 days ago, and that is, I mean, Bittrex, which is a huge exchange, said that Bitcoin Gold doesn't even meet its parameters. And we've got another fork in November, etc. But the thing is, none of these coins, in my opinion, will ever take off. And here's the main reason. The one main reason it's not going to take off is because they're not quote currencies. They are not the quote crypto, i.e. everything is quoted in Bitcoin. That's it. When you send your fiat currencies, your pounds, dollars, etc. to your exchange, what do you have to do? You have to buy Bitcoin in it. And if you want to buy any other altcoin or shitcoin, etc., you have to buy it with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the quote currency. And until another currency becomes a quote currency, I mean, yeah, Bitcoin will not be knocked off its mantle until that happens. So this leads us to Neo. Neo, I'm freaking in love with. No, I'm not. You should never fall in love with any asset, because assets can very quickly turn into liabilities. I've learnt that the hard way. I'm not in love with it. I'm rather fond of it for many reasons. I've made other videos about Neo, but and the cool thing is that Neo, in a nutshell, is the Chinese version of Ethereum. The people in Neo don't like that analogy. They say there's something different, but really, in a nutshell, it's the Chinese Ethereum. You can build dApps on it, decentralized apps, ICOs. The Da Hongfei, the founder of Neo, is actually an advisor for the Chinese government, and it was him who actually recommended that China did that blanket ban, etc. So when China starts rolling back its draconian bans, guess what's going to be up there in the running? Neo. Anyway, Neo pays dividends right now. It's around 8% per year, and it's going to go up. So yeah, it's cool. But the thing, going back to sort of the quote currencies, Neo is now starting to become a bit of a quote currency, very slowly. And I think the first sort of pair is Neo Red Pulse, so RPX. But yeah, it's early days. The market cap's really low, and yeah, I think I've rambled on enough. It's getting dark, and I've lost my dog. Pips! Anyway, toodles, see ya! Bye!